probably the most important thing for me is respect and understanding of other cultures. So dance is in a way almost just a vehicle for that, so that people have the way to actually embody another culture. As superficial as that might sound, through practicing other people's culture, you do get some sort of understanding about what they're about, and at least it broadens your horizons a lot. It's a fulfillment as a choreographer to be able to see things that are my ideas all of a sudden become reality in other people's bodies. That's a very wonderful thing. And then the third thing is the women and the community that we create. That it's not all just about choreographies and straight lines and ta-da at the end, but that the choreographies are organic, that they have to do with the way dance really is. So, for instance, our Georgian and our Uzbek dances, they draw from Soviet stage production styles. But some of our other dances, the Turkish dance we're doing this year or the Kurdish dance we did last year, I gave them just 2 or 3 really simple steps and then have them work on that the whole year until that becomes so theirs that they become the village. And that's really a really cool thing to watch them grow into that community. Each year is in a huge production of its own. It's like creating a dance company, not quite from scratch, but almost like creating a dance company from scratch every year. In September, we do an introductory weekend where I present a whole myriad of dances, and then we vote on the repertoire. And we vote on a repertoire that shows dances from a wide variety of places, all the way from North Africa to Central Asia. Before we start to learn choreography, we learn basic technique for each of these dances so that the women can improvise and dance freely in each dance style. We learn to analyze those dances as far as rhythm and musical structure go. We learn to notate them. We eventually learn about stage makeup, about costuming, about sewing the costumes. The women sew the costumes if they don't already exist in my collection. If we make new costumes, they have to be sewn. Jewelry has to be collected for all that, the appropriate shoes and socks and headdresses and hair pieces. It gives me energy. It's really interesting. It's such an amazing experience with these women because it goes way beyond the women in the group and the circle they are in. They in turn enrich in their environments, and then all the people who come to see the shows at Folklife and our 2 recitals in June at the RVCC, the Rainier Valley Cultural Center, and at the Iranian Fest. A lot of people see these shows and really enjoy them.
I actually heard about Helene from Tamil and Dalal. I was at a workshop with her and she had flyers, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I guess I'm a wannabe dance ethnographer, and I've studied lots of different kinds of dance in my life, and a lot of Middle Eastern dance and some modern dance, and I teach dance, and I'm living in a very small town in BC on Vancouver Island, and I'm like a bit of a big fish in a little pond, and I really wanted a teacher myself. I want to keep learning and get inspired, and what Helene was doing was really what I was interested in. And I love meeting the women here and connecting with them, like just the whole group dynamic, and connecting with the other women in the group is always wonderful.
Well, I found Helene 3 years ago. I found a flyer of hers, and I had really young kids at the time, and just wanted something to do other than mothering, something completely different from what I do every day. And when I found a flyer, this was the answer to all my problems, and I've been with her since, and I'm hooked. I've been with her for 3 years. I'm completely hooked to this. I love the community part of this, getting to know the women, dancing with the women.
invited me because she did it last year and she thought it might be really cool, and it is. I met Helene and the other girls and we picked the dances and I knew I was gonna do it. It's really great to learn dances from the roots.
فقال لي غدا في المواعيد يا لا لا يا لا 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 لا.
I actually chose to be part of this group 2 years in a row because it challenges me. It's a challenge in self-expression and being comfortable with your body and all that, but also in learning to be comfortable with rhythm, with very diverse and different kind of musics, even musics that don't even have measures. And then moving your body with the rhythm and doing different things with different parts of your body. So I know this is good for my brain. And then dancing with others. At first, I just didn't know. I wasn't experienced with dance, and so I had never really danced in a group, and then had that feeling of when the group becomes one organism and dances together like one organism. It's sort of poetic.
Well, I'll just say this. I'm 50 years old and I started doing this when I was 47. So, and I didn't have a dance background, you know. And I started Greek dancing probably when I was 40-ish, you know, even. So it doesn't matter how old you are or what your skill level is. And I've danced with girls in the past who've done no dancing whatsoever. And it was great. It's fun to watch women blossom and to do things that I know that they're always dreaming about. You always want to learn how to do that, and then to finally watch people just, you know, start doing it. It's great.
We learn these choreographies, and Helene definitely puts you in things that will challenge you, but not things that are beyond your ability. And one of the dances, you know, we practice all of them, and practice, and I kept turning the wrong way, or doing the wrong thing again and again. And finally there was that day where I turned the correct way, and I landed the correct way, and I was so happy, and I looked up at the dancer across from me, and I think she was happier for me than I was for myself. So that's the community of women that we have, and one of the big reasons that I'm doing it for a third year.
I'm not a professional dancer. I've had a little bit of experience in dancing many years back. But what this program has done, it's like traveling to many countries, exposing yourself to different cultures, learning about it, and dancing as if the locals would in the place. That's what we're trying to do. We are trying to unlearn what we know, which comes in the way, and learn new, incredible movements and dance, which is an unbelievable experience for me. That is one aspect of the dance, and the other is we are learning things, beats, breaking down music and everything which we'd never dream of doing before, and leaving your comfort zone and learning all these different dances from around the world has been incredible.